the commander is here.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Don't gotta pop your butt.
Yeah. Oh, I can. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. And that's right, guys. Happy 4th of July. We're joined by some guests here. I always turn the wrong way.
Yeah.
We're joined by my Bored Ape here, Ronald, and also a new mannequin that we have. And you may have been wondering, could you possibly get a fanny pack with the BitSquad on it? Look at this. Do we have Bitcoin fanny packs too?
You can go, but just a little bit. I zoomed in so they can see a little better. Yeah.
BitSquad. There it is. How about that? That guy looks so.
The guy's looking stylish. I mean, look at the shorts too. I can't zoom in anymore, but like got the Bitcoin shorts.
Oh yeah, he's rocking the Bitcoin. You know what? It doesn't match.
Yeah, it's different blacks. So
yeah, it doesn't match. I'm big on matching. I think you gotta have the aesthetic right. Now, there's some guys out there like I don't really know how to describe this certain person, but they can wear any shorts with anything and it looks fine. Not me. I would have to wear that shirt or those shorts with the Bitcoin mesh tank top. It's the only way to get it. Did you ever wear one of those mesh football jerseys?
Yeah, for practice. Yeah, we had like the holes and stuff. Yeah, like really loose.
Those are classic. So classic. Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. We're not going to do like a super long show today. I got some AMAs I'm doing for Bitcoin, and then I've got to head home to the family today. So let's go ahead and get started without further ado. Big news today is Coinbase. We'll take a look at that. If you want to check out this awesome Bitcoin America shirt, we also have these ones that our friend is wearing as well. I think we have 3 or 4 versions.
Yeah, a couple of different colors. Blue, there's a white one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right here on hitmerch.com.
Yeah.
Check it out. Get one for next year. It's too late for this year. When we have the holiday shirts and you don't have one and it's a holiday, I'm not going to personally hand deliver it to you, but you can order it and have it for next year. Just make sure you don't change sizes. All right, here we go. Checking out Coin Market Cap. We got a little bit of a stall out today. Crypto's 26,169, 642 exchanges. 4th of July, really, well, you know what? There was a big event we could have done on this day in history. There was a really big event on the 4th of July. Back in 2018, Syscoin actually got hacked, I believe, or I think it was they got hacked on Binance or something like that. And it caused the price of Syscoin to, I think, go up above the price of a Bitcoin.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was wild.
Dang.
And that is actually what started, that was the day CZ came up with the Seifu fund. You seen that? Seifu, S-A-F-U?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, Seifu. I mean, that's like a typo that he made when he was typing a tweet about the hack, saying user funds are safe, but he accidentally put Seifu, kind of like Donald Trump said, Kafefe, kind of same thing. And he turned it into a real thing. So there you go. That's your day in history. July 4th, 2018. Ripple wins on the 5th of July. American XRP. I love it. That would be nice. Market cap, $1.21 trillion. Market volume, 34 billion, down 1.5%. Bitcoin dominance, staying about the same as it was yesterday, 49.5 and 19.4. 11 Paraguay, essentially an e-transaction. It's 61 out of 100 on the Fear and Greed Index. All right. Bitcoin coming in at 31,000. Ethereum 1954. Not that much different from yesterday. Aave, Aptos, Maker, Leo, Convex Finance, all making some moves today. Not very major moves.
No.
You're not going to see a lot of moves on the market today. That's just people are doing other stuff. So, speaking of other stuff, I think it's not official, but I think I'm going to Dubai for it's a crypto party.
Okay.
On the world's biggest yacht.
Wow. How big?
Wait, hold on. I don't know if it's the world's biggest yacht. Jeff Bezos is pretty big.
How big of a yacht is it?
It's a mega super yacht. So
you know the footage and how long it is?
Yeah, I mean, I could show you how long it is.
Okay.
Take a picture, send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna be. You guys pay attention for some more updates on that. Probably have
That'd
some
be cool.
updates in the next few days on that. Yeah, with the guy I met while I was out there in Dubai. Pretty excited about that because, you know, I may take the wife out there. We may start looking for places. That'd be interesting. Okay. I like the braces. The Bulldogs and the Falcons have sucked for many, many years. You like the braces. Okay. Well, you know, orthodontists, you know,
the braces. Yeah, the
great
braces.
supply. Yeah, he loves the braces.
I mean, the Bulldogs.
How could Bulldogs are about to be the
I was
greatest
just saying,
team
like they might
three-peat.
I
mean, some people say they are.
Manny Walk, bad take there, buddy.
Yeah, I would take that one back. Okay, all right, looking at the charts. We're going to look at the charts. I'm going to look at the charts today because that's what I do. I look at charts all day, every day. Let's see. What chart do we want? We are on.
Do you want to be joined by Gary or leave Gary in peace?
Ooh, yeah, let's get Gary.
You stay on the charts. I gotta get Gary.
Okay. I need Gary Gensler to look over my shoulder as I'm checking out the charts here. Let's look at the 4-hour chart here. See what we got going on. Very interesting when you look at this. You know, this movement right here. Brush. We've been seeing so much of this consolidation. You know, you had some consolidation on the way down, rebounded. Now it is straight consolidating sideways. I mean, really could say that was a lot of consolidation there. Let's see. This goes back to March. Actually, this may be the longest kind of sustained sideways action we've seen since probably back here. On the 4-hour chart, that's back in December of last year. Come over here and look. Come on. I know you can. Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. This is some really, really sideways action, and it has been since June, since the middle of June. So we're like on 3 weeks now on really sideways action, tight range. The lowest it's been is 29.3. The highest it's been is 39.44. These are perpetual contracts, actually. Hold on. Let me get the regular. That'll work. It's the same difference. But yeah, so that's pretty interesting. Okay.
I don't know, Ben. Gary's in a little bit of a mood.
He's been biting me lately.
Well, I think he's upset about this Coinbase stuff. He's going to lose.
Yeah, he's definitely going to lose. There's no question about that. So anyways, if you're looking for somebody to tell you to buy or sell right now, the chart's telling you just chill. The chart's telling you it's going sideways. It's a good time to accumulate. That's the way I see it anyways. So and I think this accumulation here, it really, in my opinion, speaks to the Bitcoin dominance too. I mean, it's been very steady. I think if we look at the ETH chart over the same time frame, you'll see it has not been as steady. I mean, you can see it right here. It's had some volatility, had to move up, which is good, obviously. But if we look at any of the other charts, I think we'll see the same thing. Let's look at ADA and XRP. Yep, same thing. Goes back to, yeah. So Bitcoin has really held steady while there's been a lot of volatility in a lot of other projects. All right, Coinbase stock surges 12% as BlackRock names it a surveillance partner. It's their own private eye. What are your thoughts on Solana now that FTX is gone? Well, they say FTX is coming back. They say BlackRock's going to buy it. Can you imagine if BlackRock buys FTX?
That'd be pretty rough.
That would be insane. Wow. Well, I just don't understand. I guess because you buy them, they've already got like some of the licenses and stuff. That would be the reason to do it. Like, why don't you just start your own? You know, I mean, well, everything they had was faulty. So.
I hope they would at least change the name if they do buy it, just for, like you said, the licenses and all the inner workings.
Yeah,
change the name, please.
Oh, well, they're definitely
they have to.
Yeah, change the name. Okay. On July 3rd, NASDAQ revealed the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, had refiled its application for a spot Bitcoin ETF. That was yesterday. NASDAQ just posted. The filing included details of an agreement between NASDAQ and Coinbase last month. CBOE refiled applications for several other firms, including Fidelity. Yeah, I think this is obvious, right? I mean, a spot ETF will do better than a futures one.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's settled in Bitcoin. So you actually have to buy and sell Bitcoin in order to settle these contracts, as opposed to a futures contract. It's just paper. We call those paper Bitcoins. Coin prices pump. Coinbase shares surged almost 12% on June 3rd in response to BlackRock endorsement. Had a solid run in 2023 as markets have recovered. A lot of positive coverage for Coinbase today. Coinbase aims to modernize direct deposit systems via blockchain stablecoin settlements. Let's see here. Coinbase said the current direct deposit system in the U.S., known as Automated Clearinghouse or ACH, suffers from inefficiencies and multiple shortcomings. Definitely takes too long. I mean, that's an old system. Need to get on that XRP. In terms of security, Coinbase emphasized the advantage of blockchain technology. Obviously, it's more secure, but I mean, bank wires are pretty secure too. I don't think that's really the issue. I think the issue is not who can get into that transaction, but how long it takes to complete is a big problem. He says, meant the Braves. Did you really mean the Braves? I thought you the Atlanta Braves? Oh, no, that's a different story. I thought you were talking about the Braces. My wife, by the way, has become best friends with Blooper, the mascot for the Braves. Who was telling me somebody was telling me the guy is a jerk. Was that Aaron?
It was Aaron. Yeah, Aaron says he knows the mascot and like the other guys.
How do you know the man inside Blooper? Blooper's the greatest mascot of all time. Blooper.
Yeah, he is iconic, yeah.
Do you know why he's iconic? Have I told you this before?
No.
Have we talked about this?
I mean, it is a private story or like a publicly well-known story? Like is it like something you know personally or?
No, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Blooper was the worst mascot in sports history. They debuted Blooper as the new Braves mascot because I guess we went away from that big baseball head guy. Of course, the original guy, what was his name? Chief Nakahoma is what they called him. Chief Nakahoma. Obviously
makes sense. Yeah.
Sensitivity issues, whatever. So they got Blooper. Well, Blooper is kind of just a knockoff of the Phillies fanatic. And he looks terrible. He looks absolutely stupid. Like, why is this thing our mascot? So he comes to the Braves, becomes the mascot, and everyone hates him. Like, everybody hates Blooper. It's like, what is this mascot we have?
Because he's a jerk, according to
No. He then made one of the greatest moves in history of sports mascots as he embraced the hate. And he actually made it an attitude. His whole character is kind of a play on like trying to get noticed and do something because everybody hated him.
Wow.
So how about that? Yeah. So he actually he like became this character, and he is the best mascot in sports. He wrecked those kids playing football. He wrecked those like 7-year-old kids.
That's right.
Man,
that's a great clip.
No chill. Happy Ford. Thanks for all you do. Can't wait for an Ohio meetup. I'm the one who hit the B-dubs button, causing the Ohio State kicker to miss the field goal in Georgia. Man, what a game that was. So we were going to do those at the middle of the month, but I got to change that again. So, because it's Dubai thing. Bitcoin bulls remain optimistic despite low liquidity levels ahead of U.S. Independence Day. As the U.S. celebrates Independence Day, bulls are rubbing their hands in glee at the prospects of this asset surpassing its 52-week high. On-chain analytics saying cooling off of the virtual currency markets ahead of the holidays, marked by dwindling levels of liquidity despite falling liquidity metrics. That was what Kelly was talking about. He was talking about a liquidity squeeze. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. We know where Bitcoin was. We know where it's at. Fed economists warn large economic shockwave likely with high share of companies now in financial distress. I mean, some days, Tim, I feel like our economy is going to be fine. And then other days, I feel like we all need to get out of this country because it could get very bad.
Yeah. Actually, Johnny and I were talking about it this morning. Like, no one should be rooting for the demise of the dollar because the chaos that would ensue would just be horrific.
Oh, yeah.
I just hope this next election, Americans wake up. They go to the polls. They vote for people that actually are going to build the country, and we can salvage it.
It may be too late, though. Maybe. And maybe
It's America. On the 4th of July, it's
possible.
never too late.
You're right.
We're Americans. We can fix it.
We're going to fight. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is it may be too late to avoid hyperinflation / losing the reserve currency. It may be too late. I'm not saying it's too late for sure, but I mean, Janet Yellen's kind of already said it. Around the world, they're looking at, in Dubai, all they talk about is bricks. They're talking about the brick. They're ready to ride with bricks.
Yeah.
You know, not because they hate Americans or they hate America, but because our system sucks. And we just print, out of control. Every country does that, really. So it's not the main point. The main point is we just can't get our financial house in order over here. And we use financial leverage over everybody's head. And remember, if we are not the financial superpower in the world, some of that stuff's going to come back and haunt America for sure. You know? So right now we're the top dog. So we are the top dog as long as we have the reserve currency. We may be falling, but we are still on top until that goes away. With that world reserve currency, it's basically our, F you to everybody else in the world. Like, like, hey, we're America. We can rack up debt. Nobody cares. Hey, we can print money out of control. What are you going to do? Like, you're going to print your money too out of control, other country, because you got to keep up with us. When that ends, man, I can't.
So, Ben, do you think not that it's actually going to happen this way, but is there a route where the dollar's savable? Like, if it was backed by Bitcoin, would that just be too messy? That's just too much?
No. It's not ready to be backed. Nothing is ready to be backed by Bitcoin yet.
No.
Bitcoin has to stable off before that.
What would you say if there was a route to fixing the dollar and you could now start your platform for, what year did you want to run for president again? What year are we thinking?
I don't know. Probably, let's see. Not 2024.
No, not 2024.
2032.
32. On your platform for 2032, how would you fix the dollar?
How would I fix the dollar? Well, I think people are going to like this answer. CBDC, that's how you fix it. That's how you keep our country from total disaster. It's dystopian nightmare. It's bad, but if you're able to take, let's say, USDC, and you were to turn that into the CBDC, you build a layer on top of it that provides some level of anonymity or privacy. Okay, some level, because they're not going to want everybody to have all their stuff in the open. They're going to want to see it. They don't want you to hide it, but they can give some protection there. Okay, and I've talked about this before. Like, I think USDC is the stable coin, or is the CBDC, but they may keep it open source blockchain and add these layers of stuff that they want to it. So what this does is this immediately makes the US dollar, the US digital dollar, tradable instantly digitally around the world. So what you've done here is you made it more readily accessible than it already is to anyone that wants it. They just go to a website, go to a crypto exchange, pull it off, whatever the case may be, and they can have dollars now. So what you're doing is you're taking your inflation problems and your supply problems, your supply being too large, and now you're increasing demand. You're keeping the supply relatively the same, but you're increasing the demand because you're making it more accessible to countries all over the world. That's the only way. There's no backed by Bitcoin. Like the BRICS nations, they're talking about doing stuff maybe backed by Bitcoin. I don't even believe they're going to do that. But if they did, that would be interesting because you're starting something from scratch. Like,
so
the way things are right now,
brand
they
new
can't
currency.
do it. So, I don't, certainly don't. I don't know if that'll fix it, but how are you going to move to Dubai and then try to run for president in the future? You can't move to a country and then come back and run for president. What, guys? This is the Salem witch trials. Is what is very potentially going to happen here in America. The Salem witch trials. They, 1700s. I think it was late 1700s, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Salem, Connecticut, right? They go to Salem, Connecticut, or maybe it was near Boston. Maybe it was Massachusetts. But regardless, it's in New England. And they start accusing all these women of being witches. Maybe men too. I don't remember. I wasn't alive then. And what they would do is they would say, okay, look, we're going to put you through a test. And if you pass this test, well, then you're not a witch and you get to go free. So, okay, cool. I'm ready for my test. What is my test? You have to be tied to a concrete block and go underwater.
Yeah.
And if you can survive that for an hour, you're a witch and we're going to burn you. So they would basically just drown them.
Yeah.
They would just drown them, you know. And then anybody that magically passed those tests or whatever they didn't like, they would put it at stake and they burn them. There was no logic to it. It is like McCarthyism in the, you know, in the 1950s, where everybody was scared of, you know, Russia and the communists and all that stuff. I think it was the 50s, maybe it was the 60s. But regardless, I'm terrified that's what we're going to see here in America. And I'm first and foremost, like, you got to understand that. A lot of these guys are billionaires. Brian Armstrong, he's a billionaire. You know, Elon Musk is a billionaire. Billionaires don't have problems like the rest of us do. So if I feel like that's where I have to go to avoid being cut down here, then that's what I'm going to do. And it's going to be the best thing for my family. And it doesn't mean that I don't love America. It doesn't mean that I want to do it. It just means wise people see stuff coming. Wise people take counsel from others. Wise people don't wait too long. And that's the situation. I would rather move too early and be a little uncomfortable than wait too late. And all of a sudden, you know, who knows what will happen? They pass a law where anybody that talked about crypto publicly, you know, is getting arrested. That's not that far-fetched. Look at what they did to Ross Ulbricht. Ross Ulbricht created a website. Should he have been punished? Yeah, on some level. 10 years maybe? Okay, whatever. I don't know how true the stuff was in the film about it, about, you know, the attempted murder, hiring somebody to do it, whatever. That's a long story. He's doing 2 life sentences. 2 life sentences for creating a website. Okay? So they made an example out of him. So when they start coming for us, Salem Witch style, they're going to be looking to make examples. Now, I don't know for sure if this is going to happen, but, you know, I'm definitely paying attention. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with, you know, this XRP case. Should be over this month. Okay. All right. Let's keep moving here. Institutions pour capital into Bitcoin and altcoins, creating positive net flows for 2023. Let's see. Positive net flows second week. Look at that. There they go. Everybody's putting money in crypto right now. Or that's not really true. It's flowing into exchanges or outflows, asset flows. A week of digital asset investment products. Bitcoin remained the primary focus of investors, seeing inflows of 123 million. Didn't say anything about Ethereum there. Multi-asset investment products like Solana saw outflows of 1.8 million. Yeah, obviously. Other altcoins like Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Cardano, or ADA all saw inflows. So it's interesting. Look at this, tells you the tape right here. I mean, people are still getting out of Solana while they're moving into other major coins. Guys, Solana is not going to make all-time highs. If you are in the, we did a video last night on Render token. I love Render. Wish I would move off of Solana. You know, they like it probably because it's centralized and it's fast, but it's not really conducive for the decentralized, you know, network they want to do, I believe. So just FYI, 19 killed at Salem witch trials by hanging. None burned at the stake. Joan of Arc burned at the stake. Gregory Liu, who are you coming through with the information? Wow.
Doesn't really make it any better. Still 19 women that died for stupid reasons, but
Should I go hanging or burning? I'd rather go hanging, probably. Hanging than burning?
Honestly, I mean,
yeah, I think so.
Probably, yes. You give me a choice of execution, I'm choosing hanging. I'm saying it's almost like people are trying to argue with the point you were making about Salem witch trials, whether they were hung, whether they were electrically shocked.
God, who cares?
Yeah, they were murdered and for very stupid reasons.
Yeah. 130 countries race toward CBD system. How about that? We covered this story like 3 years ago. They said this. Almost all countries were looking into it. A report from the DC-based think tank Atlantic Council says 130 countries, 98% of the world's gross domestic product, are exploring a CBDC. Only 35 countries were considering. In 2020, only 35 countries. In 2021 is when they really started picking it up. A new high of 64 nations are in the advanced phase. including 19 of the G20 nations. What's the only country that's not in there, I wonder?
I don't know.
Russia? Oh, I bet it's Russia. That's just a guess. Let's see. The report says that over 20 countries will begin taking steps to pilot their CBDCs this year. There you go. I told you 2 years ago, it'd be 3 to 5 years. It's lining up. Winklevoss gives DCG 2 days to accept Gemini's best and final offer. Wow. All right. Winklevoss twin versus Mark Zuckerberg. Who you got?
Winklevoss versus who?
Zuck.
Winklevoss.
Yeah.
Aren't the Winklevoss brothers like...
They're athletic. Yeah.
They rode for Harvard. I think they're both over 6 foot, aren't they?
Yeah, they're big guys.
Yeah, again, unless you put Zuck up against someone else who's 5'7", 5'8", 150, 160 pounds.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather. I mean, Mayweather's a professional fighter.
Yeah, he's tiny, though.
Yeah,
he's really tiny.
But see, Mayweather's the type of person.
I'll tell you this. I would not. People are going to think what I'm going to say is insane. Okay. If I boxed Floyd Mayweather, he would destroy me. I would not get a single hit on him.
Right.
Could he knock me out?
No.
I don't know. He hadn't knocked me.
Yeah, that's not his fight. His speed and athleticism and points is yes.
It's points. That's all it is. He's getting points. I'm pretty sure if I had to scrap with Floyd Mayweather, pretty sure I could take him in a fight, not in a boxing match. Boxing match, I wouldn't have a chance. But if I could just get my arms around that little guy, come on. And you know what? Yeah. I could confuse him because I could wear writing on my shirt.
Wow.
And he would have he would be very confused. Like, oh no, what does this say?
What language is that?
Oh my God. Bean coin? What is this? No, he doesn't know how to say spell coin. Yeah. Look, these guys have these weight classes. He's not an MMA fighter. He's just a boxer.
Yeah.
So, but look, I mean, if you land a shot, land a shot. But he's very, very, very small. And so, obviously anything professional, I'm getting destroyed. But I don't know. We get into it at the supermarket or we get into it because he grabs a book that, I was going to get and I know he can't read it. So I'm irritated. Barnes & Noble, we get in a tussle. I don't know. I'm just saying. Look, I'm not saying I could for sure. I'm just saying. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I know somebody that knows him, actually. I'm not trying to set it up, but I know somebody that knows him. And this person also explained how little he is. Like he's tiny.
Very small.
Very small. And we do know, look, greatest boxer of all time, technically, from a technical perspective. Yeah. No question about it.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because I don't like him. And he was boring to watch fight.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. But this man beat up his girlfriend. Okay. I'm not trying to bring up sore subjects. I'm just saying, I don't know. That's a certain kind of man that does that.
It's true.
So I know I wouldn't be scared of him for sure. All right. According to Winklevoss, this just in, Floyd Mayweather now joining the other Ben's team. Just kidding. He wouldn't know the difference between the names. According to Winklevoss, Genesis owes $1.2 billion to 232 users of defunct Gemini Earn program. And his final offer for the ongoing debt restructuring negotiations, Winklevoss offered a payment plan. So there you go. Three Arrows founders. I haven't even wanted to look at the chat. Were they disrespecting me in the chat on that?
On which one?
Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali was the best. Mike Tyson was my favorite boxer of all time. He in his prime, he was better than everybody, for sure. So
I don't think people. I don't know.
Yeah, people saying he would smoke. Yeah, that's your opinion. Sure. Punch from a real fight, guys. Floyd Mayweather doesn't knock people out. He's not a power puncher.
If he sucker punched you,
like he did. What's the guy? Was it Tito Ortiz? The guy's name?
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen that fight?
No.
They got into it. I can't remember what exactly it was, but I think maybe Ortiz accidentally hit Floyd Mayweather in the junk.
Oh,
and he was like, "Oh, my bad." They stopped for a second, and the referees or the referee made him come and like touch gloves or something like that. But he was very apologetic. He was like, "Oh, my bad," like he had his arms out like this.
Oof.
And as soon as the referee said go, Floyd sucker punched him. Like as soon as it was so cheap. It was so ridiculously cheap. Yeah. This guy saying he's sorry, he didn't mean to do it. But I mean, I guess if he hits you in your junk, you might be mad. You may want to knock him out. But Floyd Mayweather did that specifically to sucker punch him. That's why he did. He didn't do it like to win the fight. Yeah. He did it because he knew he could get away with it. And, that's I think his whole game is sucker punching. That's his whole game is hide, sucker punch.
The point here is in a situation where you guys are boxing, you're probably not going to land too many punches
not
at all.
One.
But you trying to avoid as well, and him gaining points. He doesn't throw heavy punches. He throws very quick jabs to score points. That's his game. So I don't think he's knocking you or many people out.
It was a headbutt. That's what it was. It was a headbutt.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how he does it. Like, he's so shifty in the ring. Golly, we can talk about boxing all day. 3 Arrows founders to donate future earnings to creditors in spirit of karma. How about that? I don't even want it. We'll donate future earnings to creditors. Their new trading platform, Open Exchange, or OPNX, to trade bankruptcy claims. Oh my gosh. I can't with these people. All right. Like I said, we're going to do a pretty quick show today. Let's go and do a CT minute. Go ahead and roll the mid-roll there, sir, for our sponsor. All right, you guys can check out bitboycrypto.com/stake if you're interested in signing up. There's the American side and the international side just for you. Thank you to our sponsor. He hurt his hands. That's why he doesn't knock people out anymore. That could be interesting. This is a very interesting conversation. A lot of
it is.
That wasn't a sucker punch. I'll tell you what. Just for purposes, for people that don't know what we're talking about, you don't have to put the volume on. Just
don't put it on.
No, don't put the volume on. Here it is. Come on now. Come on now. Golly. Okay. All right, let's see. Where's the headbutt? So that's where he headbutts him, right here. There he is. There's the headbutt. Okay. Now tell me, crap. Now tell me this is not a sucker punch. Okay. There's a headbutt. He did headbutt him, sure enough. Floyd's pissed. Floyd's smarter than the referee. Oh, he hugs him. Okay.
Gives him a kiss.
Kiss. Warned him. Okay. He said, my bad. He got it back turned. Touch glove, touch. Boom. That was it. That's the whole fight. That's the end.
Yeah, he hit him when he wasn't looking.
Look. He said, touch glove. Sorry. He pushed it. Boom. Like, I mean, the guy's not ready to fight. You got to give it to, clearly he's not ready to fight at that moment. But what do y'all think? Cheap or not cheap? Put it in there. Put a poll up. Let's see what they think. Sucker punch or no sucker punch? Okay. All right. So back over here to our CT Minute brought to you by Stake. Bitcoin Franklin would have loved Bitcoin. We got a special video for you guys later today. We're going to be talking about this very subject. The refusal of King George to allow the colonies to operate an honest money system, which freed the ordinary man from the clutches of the money manipulators, was probably the prime cause of the revolution. You look back at old Jesus kicking over the money changers in the temple. It's kind of the same thing. You can only have so much of this financial terrorism you know, before you have to do something different. And we're in the midst of people doing something different now. So go back to Twitter here. Let's check. There's Miss Teen Crypto. Hey, Miss Teen Crypto, how are you? Let's see here. What is this? Chad's? You guys know they're doing a Ben and Gary Gensler spinoff series from the Beep people.
Oh, guess what else happened on Twitter, Ben?
What?
Last night, I got verified on Twitter.
Oh, you
after
did?
our conversation yesterday.
Okay, well, there you go. I love it. Look at that guy's face. What a beautiful man. Okay. All right, let's move on here. Hodl Trader Dump. So we've got Monero, Zcash, and Dash. Okay. Now, here's another fun fact for you. You may not know. There was only, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this, because I think Yearn Finance temporarily passed Bitcoin maybe in price. And I think that, like I said, there have been some other coins that splashed because of something glitchy, but Zcash was actually more expensive than Bitcoin when it debuted.
Really?
Yes. Do you know how many Zcash it costs to buy one Bitcoin?
No.
I think it's like 9. 9. So it was this crazy thing with the Zcash miners. They basically created this big scheme, in a sense, to overvalue the coin. And it worked. They overvalued it and people got absolutely wrecked.
Yeah.
You know, think there's somebody out there that paid 9 Bitcoin for Zcash first day it was out. Got to be questioning your financial decisions there. So all of these are privacy coins, obviously. In a day where we're talking about independence and, and you know, freedom in our money, we need privacy. Monero, Zcash, and Dash. So this is pretty straightforward to me, in my opinion. You know, I think that Dash is, all of these coins have probably passed their prime. But Monero is like that fine wine that just continues to do its thing. Mayweather never lost a fight. Conversation over? Yeah, obviously. We said that a million times. Why you act like that's new information? Oh, TJ's baby. They had the baby, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it this morning. Told him
Congrats to
congratulations.
TJ. That's been the big thing.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah. We haven't gotten confirmation back though. We don't know. Was it a 4th of July baby? Because we got the group message at like 12:35 this morning.
Ooh.
So I don't know if she's a 4th of July baby or if she's a 3rd of July baby. Either way, congrats to TJ and Allie.
4th of July is a fun day to have a birthday.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Around Halloween and around 4th of July, probably the peak birthday seasons, in my opinion.
Well, what are your thoughts? I mean, just quick tangent. I had a friend growing up whose birthday was on Christmas. They were obviously on Christmas is great because you get like more gifts than others, but
do you?
Then you get that one time. Yeah, this guy, he got more presents than his siblings, but that was it. All year. He got 1 out of 365 days, not 2. Like, you know, if you're born in the summer, you get 2 of them.
You look at astrology. This is what I always thought about astrology. I can't decide if I think it's real or not. That sounds crazy. But there's a math thing. There's a math thing to it that makes sense. You think of like the golden ratio. You know what that is? And like the Fibonacci sequence, like things that occur naturally over and over and over again in the universe, you know? There's a math thing to the universe. But my argument always was, like, take a person who's born around Christmas. Anyone who's born around Christmas in America, they're going to generally have a lot of the same experiences. One party, everybody overlooks it. People, like, think about people who have birthdays over the summer. You know, the kids in their class don't show up to their party in July because they forgot about them, or you didn't get their address to send an invitation. Like, there are things that along with when your mom was pregnant with you. You know, your mom's pregnant with you in the heat of the summer months. Maybe it does a thing. I don't know. So I've always thought that's interesting because you talk to anybody who has a birthday around Thanksgiving or Christmas, they all tell the same story. They like it, but they don't like it. I know my mom's got a birthday around that time. So, all right, here we go. Dash is my dump for sure. Dash is past its time. I used to like Dash. I thought it was going to make a big comeback in the bull run. It didn't. Is never going to come close to making all-time highs again. So for that reason, you just got to dump it. Is there a promo code for BitLab? I don't know. Maybe Kelly's in the chat. Maybe put one up there. Zcash, I'm going to trade because I think Zcash has some has some merits to it. I think it's a good project.
Hmm.
It's still in the top 100. Started out kind of crazy, but Dash also started out crazy. Look into how Dash started if you really want an interesting story. I think it was called Xcoin or Darkcoin first.
Okay.
I think it was a Bitcoin fork or a Bitcoin fork, maybe even. But some sketchy stuff there with the founding of Dash. But Monero's your fine wine, gets better with time. The ring signatures, nothing is like it in all of privacy coins. It's unbreakable. The government's offered money to people to try to break it. They can't do it. You hodl Monero because you never know when you're going to need,
listen, it's
privacy.
It is the crypto of choice on certain college campuses. When I was out in Austin last year for Consensus, we met a guy who was a Texas UT student who had heard of Monero. He's like, "Oh, I use Monero every single day to buy my mushrooms." And so there we go. Great use case.
Is he a chef? Okay. Let's see here. XRP stalls. Here we go. XRP Army. Throw it up. This is your XRP segment brought to you by Stake. Once again, check out bitboycrypto.com/stake if you want to go for American customers or international customers. Well, if you want to be one, not go for them. Doesn't make sense. And we think this case is ending soon, guys. Like I said, we're not doing a long show today. This is about the end. We're almost to the end of the show here. Because I got to go do an AMA for Bitcoin, and then I got to do stuff with the family. Are you doing anything today?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I told you guys last time the plan was to go to TJ's house, and so that's canceled, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll probably find somewhere to do fireworks. Tay, me and Brody will hang out, and it'll be a fun day no matter what.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to watch his reaction to fireworks.
Yes, well, we did. I mean, Amazon. I didn't know they delivered on 4th of July. I went yesterday. I realized I was like, crap. If we watch fireworks, we need to get earmuffs for Brody. Yeah. They came in this morning when I walked out the front door. Wow. Amazon package on my front step. So,
well, I tell you, there's nothing more un-American than delivering packages on 4th of July. So it fits.
Yeah.
XRP stalls. The Citigroup reconsiders partnership with company Ripple bought for $250,000. $250 million. It looks like. XRP is praying a stagnant price performance. I think we're just kind of in the throes before the end of this thing. Everybody's holding their breath. According to a new report by Bloomberg, Citigroup is reconsidering its partnership with Swiss fintech company Medico, which was purchased by Ripple in May. At the time, citing research that suggested that blue chip investors plan to heavily incorporate crypto custody services. Interesting. Medico, which offers tokenization services to create digital representations of real-life assets on blockchain, would ideally let Ripple's institutional clients to custody, issue, and settle tokenized assets. Wow, that's fascinating. Yeah, that's really fascinating. Very fascinating. Tim.
Yeah.
I need it in the show, but I need you to take over for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
I've got to go potty.
Well, I think there's a way.
Let me run over. Just take over the show over there for just 2 minutes.
What's going on, guys? No, here we go. Yeah, we got some Q&A. I was going to ask, but Ben's walking down the hallway now, so I'll have to get his answer when he gets back. In chat, I want to hear what you guys think on this. What are you guys thinking about when you want to add more XRP? Hopefully, you guys already have some XRP in your bag already, but I've been doing a lot of thinking. When is the next time I want to add some XRP to my portfolio? And honestly, I'm kind of sitting in a spot right now where I think it's not the actual news event when we finally hear the end of the lawsuit happens. Again, technically, there's a small chance XRP doesn't win, but I don't know if any of us actually think that's going to happen. They're going to win, but I think it'd be a mistake to hear that news and go buy, which honestly is what a lot of people are going to do. But just think back, all of you guys who have been investing in crypto now, I don't even think you have to go back like 2, 3, 4 years. I think even if you just looked over this last year, how well does it work buying on days where good news comes out that we've been expecting? If the good news is a surprise, then that's awesome, right? But when we know a piece of information is coming that's going to be good news, and then it finally happens, 99.9% of the time, the price is dropping. So I'm kind of sitting here, and as Ben kind of walks back in here, I'm kind of sitting here saying the next big XRP purchase I'm going to make is going to be when we see about a week or so after the lawsuit. Ben, catching you up here. Go back here. My question, when's the next big time to purchase more XRP? And my thought is you don't do it on the day the news is announced because we're expecting it. I think there's going to be a little bit of a sell off or a liquidation of longs because everyone's going to want to enter longs. And then about a week or so afterwards, when price is consolidated, that's the right buy spot for a good XRP pump. What's your thoughts?
I mean, basically, once this case is over, the price will never return to the same, in my opinion. So I would argue right now is when you should be doing that, before the news. Now, you want to do it with bated breath, obviously, because you don't know what's going to happen with the case. But there's not going to be a better time to accumulate XRP than right now. Because it's going to go probably from like 50 or 60 cents, probably like $2, probably about double top where it hit in the last bull run. Not approaching all-time highs yet. It could approach all-time highs and get rejected around $3, but it's going to retrace probably about 50%, but that's still over double where it is now.
Yeah.
So certainly there will be a lull and a time to add, buy the dip, so to speak. That's an actual example of when you should be buying the dip, right?
What do you, I mean, kind of what I was talking about though, when we finally get this lawsuit, do you expect like the day that we get the news, XRP has won or SEC settled with Ripple, do you expect the price to go up that day or down?
The day the case is over?
Yeah, the day we get the announcement.
Up for sure.
Okay,
Yeah, for sure.
I think what I was saying while you walk away.
I can see your argument, but I just I'm buying.
Well, I mean, when we look at it though, like we saw Ethereum. We saw the Ethereum one. This one was opposite though, because everyone was saying that Ethereum, the day it was finally launched, everyone was saying it actually was going to drop in price. What happened? It went up. It's like if you go back and you're looking at those times when we know a good piece of news is coming or a bad piece of news is coming and it executes, the price always does the opposite for a short period of time. It just goes the opposite to liquidate whatever longs or shorts were entered. And then about a week after, it corrects itself and moves in the correct direction. That's what, like, I think there's gonna be a lot of suckers who purchase on the day of the announcement thinking, here I go, they're gonna enter their longs and then they're gonna get liquidated. And if they just
prices start moving
patient
before the announcement.
Yeah, you buying all the way up to it, but then I think there's gonna be a nice good, I don't know what percentage I want to put it at, but I think there's gonna be a nice discount that comes within the first week after the announcement.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be higher than it is now.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
good point.
I think, look, this buy the rumor, sell the news thing, like it's really overrated in my opinion. It's definitely true, but it applies a lot to niched news. It applies a lot to secret announcements, marketing partnerships. Like it applies to that a lot. But when it comes to actually something like the merge that was literally changing the tokenomics of Ethereum, like that's a big deal, right? And the halving, of course, the halving is baked in, or the halving doesn't happen immediately, but you don't see a change immediately on the network unless you're mining. But with Ethereum, after the merge, you did see. It's a totally different consistent mechanism and everything now. So I think that made a little more sense for it not to dump. I think when I remember there was a famous Verge announcement. Verge had this huge announcement. They were breaking crypto adoption, wide open, XVG or VGX, can't remember, whatever it was. This is one of the biggest projects in 2017. Came out of nowhere, disappeared. This huge announcement in 2018. The announcement was that Pornhub would now be accepting Verge. That was the announcement. Tron, Justin Sun had this big, the day of the peak of Tron, huge announcement coming that night. Oh my gosh, Alibaba partnership. Oh my God, we can't wait. No, he was literally just like on a live stream talking about different Chinese companies and how like maybe they might work with them one day, like O-Bike. O-Bike is what are those like, I think kind of like bird scooters kind of, I think is what it is.
I never heard of that brand, but.
Well, it's in Asia.
Okay,
gotcha. The Snapchat competitor that Justin Sun built also over there. That's what he did. I don't know if you know that before he got to Tron. He basically built the Snapchat of China. Cool. But anyways, the point is that you get these announcements, and the announcement was nothing. The price dumped. That was the peak of the price. I think it hit a new all-time high in this bull run, but that was the day that was my welcome to altcoins day, for sure. And then when Brian Armstrong tweeted that Ripple was not going on Coinbase in January, that was the peak of the altcoin rally right there. That was it. Ripple went down after that. We were all speculating it was going on Coinbase soon. And, you know, so stuff like that, buy the rumor, sell the news, sure. But when it's major events, like the Bitcoin halving, for instance, it's a little bit different structurally, and it's not going to pump immediately, but it's going to make the price go up for sure.
Yeah.
When you look at the merge, it did it. When you look at this XRP case, it's going to do. This XRP case is going, when Ripple wins, it's going to have rippling effects over the rest of the altcoin market, right? Because now what's Polygon scared of? What's Matic scared of? What's Cardano scared of? If XRP beat them, they can too. So
another thing,
that, Byron.
Something brought to my attention this morning. What are your thoughts? Do you know who Invest Answers is?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? He posted something in a newsletter, I guess, that he said any large YouTube channel that is still promoting XRP is clearly being paid to do so because XRP is the biggest scam coin of all.
Brad,
crypto.
will you pay me, please, after all this time? I appreciate it. People just say so much stupid crap. Like, Ripple doesn't pay influencers for marketing. Cardano is a chain. IOHK doesn't pay influencers for marketing. And this cheap thing of like, oh, well, they're talking about it, they must be paid. Obviously, blah, 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 blah. That's just low IQ rhetoric. That's all it is. Because I guess he must think that he was left out of that circle because no one's ever asked him to promote it, right?
Well, I mean, I was talking with Johnny before the show about it. Like, he still is in love with Solana. He was one of the ones, even when Solana was dipping, still talking about how amazing it was. Like, it's almost like Johnny and I are talking about it. We're like, you want to talk about something that looks like you're being paid by a coin, the way you talk about it was what he did with Solana.
Well, I don't know the guy. I've never watched a second of his content. I know who he is. I've seen the channel. I know some other guys did some podcasts with him or something like that. So I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I don't know anything about him. Maybe great. May not be. I don't know. I do know the Solana take is a bad take, for sure. And I just, you know, if you favor centralization and speed, then maybe you like Solana, but people aren't going to want to build on it. You know, when it's clunky and it is, they pause it. Do you know how much those pauses hurt projects? Like, what's the one that moved to earn one? Everybody was walking, stepping. You know how much stuff like that hurt stepping? You know how much those pauses hurt Magic Eden? Pauses hurt companies. And they think about it. They're ready to move on after a couple instances. So, but yeah, I will say, like, this thing of where everybody's paid to talk about everything is just stupid. Like, I love the fact that outside of my partnership with Stake, that, you know, people don't pay me to talk about stuff on this channel. I don't do, you know, we do a little BitGet sponsorship. We have a few little things. They're not coin related. But I love the fact that we can run this channel and I don't have to make money off of the content per se. And so now I can really be 100% unbiased, say exactly what I think about whatever. And I don't have to worry about, like, I hated doing sponsor videos towards the end, especially towards the end. I never liked doing them really, but
yeah,
you know, you come up in this industry is what you do, but it certainly wasn't doing it for Ripple. You know, Ripple certainly, now Ripple has a grant program you can apply to for NFT projects and building on XRPL. Sure. Like, you can do that. But it's an official grant process. I think, you know, Jessica Ragsy, the Lego Master, she, I believe, got a grant from them. I think Kaj did too for XRPL punks. But anyways, guys, that is a long XRP segment brought to you by Stake. Thank you. And that's pretty much all we got. You guys have a happy 4th of July. Excited to go watch some fireworks tonight. And, you know, who knows? Maybe me and Floyd will come to a ring near you. That's not happening, guys. Don't get your hopes up. I want to go back on this subject. I'm sorry. I just want to go back on the subject. Okay, look. I just want to reiterate my stance here. My stance is, if I didn't know who Floyd Mayweather was, and we got into an argument at a public place, and I could get my arms around that guy, take him to the ground, I would have a chance. If he knew it was coming and it was, you know, he likes those sucker punches, and he's prepared to hit me, then yeah, it's the thing. But if we're nose to nose, hard to get that thing up there. That's my stance. I'm sticking to it. So we should have did a poll on that. All right, that's all I got. Be blessed. It's America's day. Let me have my day. Good way out.